Alright, this is going to be the tutorial to get started on your 3D model using the Sculptris program. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, I'm not exactly like the pro in this program. This is actually my first year actually using the program, so just like a lot of you, this is like my first time actually learning the program. Alright, but just a couple of things just to keep in mind of when you're working on the program. Okay, you got your ball in the middle here. You can manipulate the ball. All right, but just a couple of things just to be real careful about. So, like, by default, it should work out symmetrically. So, like, any changes that you make to one side, it's going to make a change to the other side. All right, so by default, it's going to always do like a symmetrical design where one change happens one side, it's going to happen the other way. This is going to make some of like the modeling a little bit easier, but keep in mind though, if you click on symmetry and you confirm symmetry off, so this basically turns off the symmetry. If you click on that button, the symmetry button. Alright, let me undo that. So just be real careful with that because once you turn off the symmetry, you could go back to symmetry again, but it's gonna make the whole design, or it may get rid of it, or it may not get rid of it. But if you look at it though, like I have my symmetry design here, I turn it off. Let's just say I want to do like something a little different on one side. And if I turn the symmetry back on, it's gonna change it. So just keep in mind that you don't want to. I would just work with the symmetry first, so you can make changes to both sides, but then afterwards, after you're done with like your design, if you want to make slight changes to both sides, then I would turn the symmetry off. But in the beginning though, you want to keep it on. So to make a new sphere though, you click on new sphere down here, and click on new sphere, and then click OK, and then that's going to make a whole new sphere. And another thing too to keep in mind of, when you click on the paint button, okay, and you guys set the resolution for the paint. So I don't want you to mess with the paint just yet. We're going to do that a little bit later. But if you go to the paint though, like right here, you're working on the painting. Okay, now after you do the painting though, you can't go back to your modeling. All right, so you want to make sure like everything that you've done with your modeling is perfect, the way you want, because there's no way to go back to the modeling part. Alright, so you can't go back and forth with the modeling and the painting. You have to do all your modeling first and then the painting. So those are just two things just to keep in mind of that's real important about the program. Alright, so to get started with the design or the drawing, I'm actually going to start with the frontal view. So I'm going to minimize this a little. I got a smaller screen than you guys, so I gotta work with this. So, you should have your sketches with you, but I would just start with the frontal view. That's pretty easy to do. Alright, obviously we gotta resize this ball. So, the easy way to resize it is to click on the grab tool, and I would make the brush bigger. So the way you can resize your brush, the easiest way is to hit the spacebar button. This is going to resize your brush. Another way you can resize it too is if you hold the shift key and you use the mouse scroll wheel, you can resize it quickly that way. The control is going to control your strength, or the control key, that's going to control your strength, and same with the command key. So you can use either or, spacebar is fine, but you can change the size, so it's going to change the size of your brush. The strength's going to change how much it's going to manipulate. The details, just leave it in the middle. I wouldn't mess with details. I'm not too sure what that does yet, but I imagine though if you want to go into more details, you want to raise it. But alright, so I'm using the grab tool, and grab tool is going to pretty much either press or pull your clay. So I'm just going to resize it to like how I want my head to look. If you look at it carefully though, I'm really trying to follow the sketch that I have here. So, this is a good shape for my head. So this is my head. To zoom in, zoom out, that's the scroll wheel. If you need to tilt the angles a little bit, The way you would do that is you would hold Option and click and drag. That's going to tilt your angles a little bit more if there's like a specific area you're trying to go into. So, oops, let me zoom out. Alright, so, okay, now I have to draw like the parts of the face. I'm going to hide this thing because it's in the way. Oops. So F and then F1, that'll hide that. Alright, so this is what I have to work with. Alright, so I would just start off using the draw tool. That's the easiest tool to use. Make sure that this isn't clicked. If you have it clicked, it's going to do some weird things. So click off the enable. Like I had it on by default, but you want to click it off. But the draw tool is just going to help you to just draw out your picture. So I'm going to just draw circles for like the eyes. Oh, okay. I want to actually go in for like doing a portrait because I'm just gonna start with like kind of like the skeleton of the face. So to invert the picture, you can either hit X or you can click up here. X will invert it. So I'm gonna create 2 holes for like the eyes. As if you ever look at a skeleton, the eye sockets are like pretty much holes. So. I got my eyes here. I'm going to hit X again because I want to go out a little bit more. And then I'm going to have like the eyebrows go out a little bit more. I'm just clicking in it, just dragging those areas that I want to bring out. But, you just got to think carefully about like what areas you want to extend and what areas you want to keep. So, now I'm just drawing my nose, but I'm just doing like the basic shapes right now. I'm not really worried too much about detail yet. I'm just drawing out how the picture is going to look. And, you would either draw it out with the invert or exvert. And, you can always change these things around. So, like right here, I might want to use the drag tool. Like the eyes are a little bit far apart, so maybe I might want to drag the eyes a little bit closer. Drag this down, make it smaller. So I'm just really just using the drag and the grab tool, the draw and the grab tool. Like these other tools, I feel like it's more for details. So, I would just start off with these 2 tools first. So like right here, I'm just going to draw the lips. Alright, but that's the easy way to just start off with it. So, I got like a good face right here. But then you want to like tilt it at an angle. And then, I would just move on to like your other parts of the pictures. But, it's really up to you how you want to do this. Like, I could work on the profile next. So like, if you look at the forehead, like this forehead doesn't match up. So now I gotta drag his forehead make the brush a little bit smaller. Drag the forehead, more forward. Probably gotta fix that a little bit later. This chin, drag it out a little bit more. You really want to just try your best to follow the sketch that you've started off with. But it's just really important though to look at it from all angles. The project, like, even if you look at it here, like this is like looking a little weird here. But you gotta really look at it from all angles in the picture. I mean, this is a pretty good start though. I'm actually gonna go back to the front. I want to work on the front a little bit more. But so Alt click, zoom down. I would just use like the grab tool and the draw tool first. Alright, and then I need to drag this up a little bit more. I think it's too thin. Alright. See, now this head's a little too thin now. So, I wouldn't even worry about details yet. You just want to make sure you get the shape correct for like the face and everything. As if those things don't look correct, then your details aren't going to look good either. So I'm just grabbing this clay here, you know, just fixing the eye a little bit. Maybe put this eyebrow down a little bit more. You know, maybe this nose is a little too big. Let's push it in a little bit more. Alright, but, you know, maybe I like this as a good start though, but, you know, I would just reshape it. Like, I need to work on the side of his head a little bit more. Like, I feel like the front looks pretty good. I mean, obviously it could be fixed more, but you get the idea though. Alright. This is a good way to start. Just start off with like the basics.